What kind of fucked up women are these?
The guidance counselor?
Yeah.
She came to my house in my room, and I was, like 14. She knows that I'm a heroin addict. She knows that I have leverage on her because of what she asked me to do and some other inappropriate things that she did.
What are the other inappropriate things? Whether you're traumatized by it or not.
It's still wrong.
It's still wrong. She went into your home with your mom there.
But the guidance counselor at Bucksmont was in college, and I was, like 14. How old would you be in ninth grade? Like 15 or 16?
Ninth grade?
Yeah.
I think you'd be, 14, 15.
Yeah, so she knew, she was my guidance counselor. She knew how old I was because she was my guidance counselor. And she had the nerve to come to my house one day. Her and I were texting, talking to each other at that time, inappropriately. And she had the nerve to show up at my house, meet my mother, and go up into my bedroom. And my mom didn't know who she was, so that's why there wasn't a fight about this. But the guidance counselor that worked at the college, I guess she was a college student as well as working at Bucksmont. Technically, I would just say, what she did was illegal. I don't recall being traumatized from it. If I was a girl saying the same thing, I don't think I would agree with anything I'm saying. If a guy was, I know that it doesn't sound right. It doesn't feel.
Hold on. What is she saying?
What do you mean?
What is she saying to you?
Who, the guidance counselor?
Yeah.
I mean, she came to my house in my room. So, the whole thing. So.
She wants to have sex with you.
Yeah. I mean, we talked inappropriately. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to say.
Did it go into more than talking?
I mean, I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble, but there's another situation that was inappropriate as well with a psychiatrist, ironically.
With you?
With me, yeah. But it was.
Hold on. How old are you? You're in
ninth grade.
You're in ninth grade.
Yeah.
And you have a guidance counselor wanting to have sex with you, and apparently you guys did some. Maybe you acted on it.
Yeah, there was maybe something happened, but either way, with bare minimum, like a little relationship we had for a short period of time.
How did she show up at your house?
She drove.
To do what? Were you there?
I was home, yeah. Yeah, she came up into my bedroom, and I remember I have a vivid memory.
So she shows up to your house as a friend? And your mom thinks that maybe this is another ninth grader or somebody around her age?
Without going into details of who she is, she looked younger. She was in college.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, so technically, legally, what she did was very wrong. I don't feel traumatized from it, nor do I agree with what she did. So don't get me wrong when I say that.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like, it's just everybody has their own thing, right? What I do feel a little bit upset about, that I thought about later in life, that contributed to my addiction problems, is because my mom was so against me on being on medications, even before I did drugs. She told the school with that IEP, the individual education plan, she was so adamant that I would be on no medications. She didn't want me on meds. And I understand that. Meds usually are a bad move for a kid. And the school eventually says he either needs to be on meds or we're putting him somewhere else. So my mom sends me to this psychiatrist who is a doctor, and she at first gives me some antidepressants and, nothing too crazy. And I have a bad reaction to one called Prestique. It's also known as Effexor. It's a antidepressant SSRI. I had a bad reaction, made me feel really weird, maybe not feel good at all, mentally. I stopped taking that med. In between then, if you remember the chat application Skype, she reached out to me on Skype and told me that her husband, she believes, is cheating on her. And he is gone. He goes to Philadelphia all the time and goes to clubs. And would I mind checking out his computer to see if they were if he was cheating on her? And I'm a little boy at this point, and I agreed to it because it was okay, she's asking me for something this is weird, but she's my psychiatrist, whatever. So I agree to do that. I go through the computer, and now I start to realize, I know more about this woman. I got her logins for things. I got I got all kinds of things that I shouldn't have. And I'm addicted to drugs, and I can get this psychiatrist to give me whatever I want. So I kind of abused the situation because she went too far. She shouldn't have made anything personal about that relationship. And there's more to it than that, but I'm going to keep that personal relationship at where it is. But She ends up prescribing me to, I'll tell you exactly what I was prescribed to as a little boy. 3 2 milligram Xanax a day, so 6 milligrams Xanax. I was prescribed to 1 30 milligram Adderall, 10 milligrams of Ritalin, and 70 milligrams of Vyvanse every single day.
What's Vyvanse?
Vyvanse is the same amphetamine. It's called lisdextroamphetamine, and when you take it, the proteins in your liver convert it to dextroamphetamine. So it's just essentially another stimulant, and I was prescribed to 3 different stimulants at the same time with Xanax while I'm doing heroin. And the psychiatrist knows it. She knows I'm on probation. She knows that I'm a heroin addict. She knows that I have leverage on her because of what she asked me to do and some other inappropriate things that she did.
What are the other inappropriate things?
I don't want to talk about it on here.
Why not?
Because it's over, you know?
All right.
I'll tell you off camera. It's nothing that I'm traumatized by.
Are they sexual?
It's nothing I'm traumatized by. And it's stuff that
Right. The reason I'm asking is, I mean, what you're doing right now is going after sexual predators.
Yeah.
And then you just told me you had an encounter with one, whether you're traumatized by it or not.
It's still wrong.
It's still wrong. I mean, she went into your home with your mom there, with your mother there, and posed as a fucking friend instead of a guidance counselor.
Yes.
I mean, this shit's happening all over the world.
Yeah, I know.
And then again,
I minimize it. I get it. I understand that I'm minimizing it for myself.
With a psychiatrist, and so what you say you're not traumatized by, I'm assuming it's another sexual encounter, but these are professionals, and I think it's important to highlight that because that's what we want to do here, right? This interview is to bring out how real this shit is, who's doing it, you know, and the point that I'm making here is it's not somebody from the hood. It's not, or maybe it is. Maybe it is somebody from the hood. Maybe it's somebody from the trailer park. But it's also teachers, doctors, psychiatrists, guidance counselors,
rabbis,
police officers,
as you just saw,
rabbis, priests.
Yep.
I mean,
state troopers.
I mean, it is everywhere. It's everywhere. You cannot profile. It's everywhere. It's the rich, it's the poor, it's every race.
Male,
female. It is everywhere.
Yeah, so I just want to clarify because if somebody else was telling this story, I would be going after them. Mm-hmm. But for whatever reason, internally, I don't care for myself, which I don't know how to answer why, but there is no situation where I think that's okay for anyone else, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't make a ton of sense probably to you because you're hearing from the guy.
I understand it because you don't feel traumatized by it, which means you're dubbing it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't feel
the effects for you weren't, you don't think that they were traumatic.
Yeah, well, they didn't take away my trust in women. They didn't take away, I don't know. It's not the average situation for me, but that doesn't mean that I agree with it. Obviously I'm highly against it. It's what I focus half my life on. So I know it's backwards and almost hypocritical.
Well, let me ask you this.
I don't want to lie to you and say I'm traumatized when I don't feel traumatized.
Without going into detail, if you don't have to answer this, but I mean, did you enjoy it? Or
yeah.
You did enjoy
it.
You didn't feel violated.
No.
You didn't feel
no. I remember clear as day at 32 years old wanting to.
How did those relationships end then?
Just, I guess, stop talking, me getting locked up. I mean, I was locked up so many times as a kid.
You ended it?
I'm sure it just ended because I don't remember having to be like, we're over,
How old is this psychiatrist?
The psychiatrist was substantially older than the
40s, 50s?
40s at the time. So yeah, substantially older. But the guidance counselor was a college student, so not that much older than me, but still an adult.
I mean, and then on top of that, like, what kind of fucked up women are these? You got one that's a guidance counselor and another one that's a psychiatrist. And hear me out. You know what I mean? not only are they targeting a 14-year-old, 15-year-old,
Yeah.
they're targeting a 14 or 15-year-old that is fucked up on opiates.
Yeah, and with mental health
stimulants
disorders at the,
and
like at the time.
antidepressants.
And
It's like you were targeted because of the situation that you're in.
well, that's from an outsider looking in. I don't feel that way, you know? So like, I get what you're saying, and I would feel the same way that you're feeling. I just don't feel that way. So that's why it's hard for me to comprehend. And I don't call it trauma for myself, even though everyone I've talked to has reacted in the same way that you do. I just can't lie and say like, yeah, I'm a victim.
I'm not. That's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is I'm just, I'm shining the light on it. I'm saying, this is
I know it's wrong.
prevalent,
And the reason I'm bringing it up is
affluent circles.
I know it's wrong. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah.
And I didn't bring it up ever before publicly, ever, because I didn't want this. Yeah, I know it's an awkward thing, but it's over with. It caused whatever. If it caused, the only damage that it did cause me was being hooked on all that Xanax and the amphetamines. It's more in your head. Like the physical addiction isn't really there with amphetamines. It's more of like you want it and it's hard to function without them. The benzos, on the other hand, taking 6 milligrams of Xanax, it's really, really hard to stop. So for her to give me the max dose that I feel like you could have given a kid at that time, that was a very bad move. And then she even got it when I went to the detention center. She was making sure I was prescribed to it in the Lima Detention Center, which was in Delaware County where I grew up. She made sure that I was on all those meds in a jail cell. So like I was consistently messed up. And then eventually I was in Lima Detention Center, and a guy named Dale, he was one of the guards there who I still talk to current day. Dale realizes I'm sleeping every day, all day long, and he's worried about me. He goes to the nurse's station. They pull me off the meds. But since I was one of, if not the only kid ever to be prescribed to these medications in the detention center, they don't know how to detox me properly. So they got me on Suboxones to get off of the opiates. They got me on the Xanax and all of the stimulants. They cut me off all the stimulants, and they just half the Xanax immediately, day one. And then no Suboxones. So I'm going through opioid withdrawal, and I'm going through benzo withdrawal all at the same time in a jail cell by myself on a cement bed with no TV, no extra food, nothing that's comfortable but some, the flame resistant blankets that are wool that make your skin itchy. It was one of the worst places you could detox ever. And I went through that many times in the detention center with heroin alone, but then mixing with the medications made it way worse.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.